Hey, I'm Miles Beckler, and this is the end of an era. Now, in this video, you're going to understand how and why my relationship with YouTube is changing, and we're going to do a little look back over the past 5 years I've been growing this channel to see what worked, what didn't, and I'm going to teach you the biggest business lessons that I've learned from coming out from behind the scenes years ago, starting a YouTube channel, stepping into the modern age of being a public creator, and creating a pretty epic amount of content here. So you're going to learn how that all worked, the kind of money I'm earning. You're also going to get access to my newest free course that I've never mentioned on a video today at the end of this video. But ultimately, it's time for me to say goodbye to a publishing schedule. I am done chasing the YouTube algorithm, and that's like the biggest idea here that underlies everything at this point in time. So as of this recording, I've done about 700 videos, and I've been publishing just shy of 5 years. And if you go back to the very first video where it all began, I noted that this was a 3 to 5 year plan, and I thought it was going to be very interesting to see what happened in 3 to 5 years. There's a quote that you maybe have heard before, and the quote is that we humans overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we underestimate what is possible in 5 years. And as of this video, as of this point in my life, I think that's just one of the truest statements in the world, because what I have created is absolutely phenomenal from a cash flow perspective, which we'll talk about, but also from a branding perspective, because right now I've positioned myself pretty well as one of the most helpful internet marketers on the planet. And when people search for how to do things, they often add my name to those search phrases, which just proves the power of the brand. One of my other goals was to prove that experts, okay, so I had 13 years of experience making money online, doing affiliate marketing, 5-6 years of running Facebook ads before I made my first video here on YouTube. So I brought my expertise to YouTube to begin teaching freely, just me and my webcam. Well, actually, it was my cell phone in the early days, and it wasn't even a flagship phone. And the theory is that anyone can bring their expertise to the table and start sharing freely as a creator in today's modern economy. And you can build a brand and you can build a business based off of the efforts of sharing what you know. And I believe that I've done a wonderful job of illustrating through my actions that it's so possible today to build a real business that generates massive amounts of cash flow with integrity, with honesty, right? You don't have to be a shady wannabe fake guru to make money online. What you have to do is help people, right? There's another quote that we'll jump to, which is the quote from Zig Ziglar. And that is that you can have everything you want in your life if you help enough other people get what they want in their life. So if you dig into that idea a little bit, it's like, okay, well, where are all of the people? Well, 2 billion monthly logged in active users here on YouTube. That's what I chose because it's easier for me to communicate an idea here in spoken word through my webcam, my Logitech webcam that I'm on, than it is for me to type out the idea. So I just ran with what was a little bit easier for me. Honest truth, there's a bigger market in the blogging world. Google has more users than YouTube does, right? And the Google users are more regular searchers, and they usually search on Google just before buying something. So it's actually more advantageous to go down the blogging route, the affiliate marketing route, but it wasn't in my DNA, right? Like I don't sit there and write things out. So I was like, okay, I've got all this experience. I've been behind the scenes. I'm rewinding to when I started the channel now. I've been behind the scenes on my wife's business. We made, it was about $1 million at that point in time. And I was like, okay, it's time for me to A, do a little flex and get known. B, come out from behind the curtain and break down this limiting belief that I'm not a creator. And C, I wanted to build a second brand for my family to have security, right? 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So now we have 2 very, very successful brands that are really well established, and both or either could float the lifestyle that we desire at this point in time. So I just started in with 120 videos in 120 days. And as of this recording right now, I've done approximately 700 videos, and it's been approximately 5 years. And if you do the math on that, that means I've published a video every 2.6 days for the last 5 years straight, which is a remarkable, monumental feat. And I wanted to also prove through my actions, not just my words, that without a lot of money invested, right? I've never actually invested a lot of money into this channel, through the hard work of showing up, of getting better at making videos, getting comfortable with the process of being on camera, becoming a more competent orator and communicator. As I built all of those skills, because you watch my early videos, I did not have those skills when I started. As I built those skills that are highly valuable today, I also was able to build an audience and a brand. And that audience and brand is who I care most about right now. And this actually is why I'm changing my relationship with the YouTube algorithm. So let's talk about this idea of chasing the algorithm. Now, for the first 5 years on this path, like that's what I was doing. I was literally chasing the algorithm. I was finding topics, finding video ideas, finding keyword phrases, finding unique angles, unique hooks, unique opportunities for me to teach things that the greedy gurus only charged for. And that's what grew my channel, because that was the intention in the early days. That's what I wanted to do, was to show the audience growth potential through hard work. And I think hard work gets a lot of negative press. There's a whole like anti-hustle camp. And what I think that you can see from my actions is that anyone can take a period of 3 to 5 years and hustle their asses off for 3 to 5 years. I mean, seriously. Like a video, some of my videos are 2.5+ hours long. I did a video every 2.6 days for the last 5 years. I want you to think about the persistence and the consistency of showing up in that moment. But anyone can hustle for 3 to 5 years, outwork everyone, out-deliver value compared to everyone, and then you can achieve something I like to call escape velocity. Now that's a reference to a rocket ship. And if you've ever watched one of Elon Musk's or Jeff Bezos or any of the rocket ships, it takes an incredible amount of energy for that rocket ship to get out of the Earth's gravitational field. Okay. Escape velocity is the concept. For me, it took about 3 to 5 years of intense work to achieve what I call escape velocity, because now people search for my ideas. People search for me. People seek me out. They find me on social media platforms that I don't even participate in much. And the followers keep stacking up because people have come to trust me now. In the first year, in the second year, nobody found me. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew if they could trust me or not. But the fact that I've showed up every 2.6 days for 5 years straight, putting out a new helpful video to really show exactly what you want, right? Help you get what you want. This has helped me achieve what I want. Now let's talk about money for a moment, because obviously I'm not doing this for followers. I don't chase vanity metrics, and way too many people get caught up in vanity metrics. Now I know exactly what it would take for me to grow to 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. I know exactly what it would take for me to grow to 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not willing to do what it takes. Okay. I would have to sell a little sliver of my soul to get there. And I would have to become very repetitive, and how to make $100 a day on Pinterest, and how to make $250 a day on ClickBank, and how to make $17 a day on Has Offers. And I despise that scammy side of my industry. Okay. I operate from a higher level of integrity and ethics than most of the passive income gurus who are just polluting YouTube with their nonsense nuts nonstop. Now, with that said, so I've taken a very different approach. I've led with value. I have data that says I've helped over 50,000 people launch websites, blogs, and funnels. Over 50,000 people have actually built something based on my information I put out freely here, which is magnificent. And I have earned over $1 million on this brand at this point in time. I've totaled it up from all of my affiliate platforms, from my membership program and everything. It has crested the 7-figure mark, which in the beginning, it made nothing. Obviously, it was a lot more work in the beginning. It was this much work in the beginning for this much pay. And at this point in time, it's 1 video a week that I'm now kind of changing that relationship for this much reward. And I'm earning something to the tune of $50,000, $55,000 per month. A good month is closer to $70,000. A bad month would be around $40,000. Now, I want to remind you, if you're not familiar with my story, like this isn't my main business. Okay. I didn't do this to create my main business. I did this to master the skill of video, because I think right now where our world is going, those who step up and become creators are those who are going to be the most successful in the next 5 years and 10 years. My actions, right, mapped with that philosophy, and the rewards and the results that I've gained prove that that philosophy is 100% correct. So if you aren't publishing, if you aren't creating content, if all you're doing is consuming content, you are not in the group of people who will be making all of the money in the next 5 years. I want that to sink in because so many are just consuming and consuming. And those of us who jumped out into the unknown and started building, and I don't know how these pieces go together. Well, I just tried to figure it out and that didn't really work too well. So I adjusted and I tried again and again and again. And 700 videos later, I'm pretty damn competent and I'm pretty confident here. So now what can I do with this video skill? Well, I can create courses. I can create wonderful modulated courses. And then I can create wonderful video advertisements and I can start running ads on YouTube. And I could get more scale without having to bow down to the YouTube algorithm. And I could also buy up ad space that all these greedy gurus and these fake gurus use to promote their scams. Because 98.7% of ads, that is a non-scientific data point that I just pulled out of my ear or another place, they're all scams. Like everything that's published, everything that's being advertised here on YouTube is pretty much always a scam. It's pretty much, it's rarely like the best option. Like you'll see some of those website builders being promoted here as ads. Yeah, that's because they suck compared to WordPress and you would never want to use them and they have to buy your attention, which is why I've never run ads on this channel because I don't want to give them your attention. So moving forward, I now have a skill, okay? I have the skill of education. I have the skill of communication. And in the last year, we've seen majorly, where's everybody studying? At home on their laptop, on Zoom, right? So I could put together 8-week courses that I could sell from anything from $500 to $5,000. I could put together one-off courses that we could sell over and over and over again. And that, honestly, to be perfectly honest with you, that's where my heart is. It's building funnels, it's crafting offers, and it's delivering offers. But I had to make sure that here on YouTube and here in the world, that there was one library that anyone could go search through to learn the steps to build a business from scratch with an extreme minimal amount of money invested, and they could follow and find the path that they could trust. Because it was my opinion that that wasn't out there 5 years ago, which is really one of those motivating factors that got me to launch this channel. I kept going out to coffee with you. Miles, can you explain how are you guys making so much money? What are you doing? Oh yeah, I'll sit down with coffee. Miles, can I buy you a meal and I'd love to pick your brain. I don't like it when people pick my brain, by the way. And they want to pick my brain about how do you guys do what you do? Travel the world. We lived in 23 countries while we built this. You'll see my videos have been on every coast of the Pacific and Europe, all over the world. My videos have been recorded at while we continue to grow this business that generates millions of dollars. Okay. And this brand particularly makes 50 plus grand a month. Now, so why wouldn't I just keep going, Miles? You're making great money. Like, why not keep going? Like, I don't need another $1 million. Like, this is the weirdest freaking thing for me to say, to be perfectly honest with you. And I don't understand why the funnel gurus and all the traffic gurus and like they have these boom and bust cycles. And you can see it in so many of the gurus. They launch a big product, they make 20 million, they buy a bunch of luxury mansions and ranches and all these cars, and all of a sudden their thing they launched doesn't work anymore and they're broke. And then they have to launch something else. And then they run through all of that fucking money too. And then they have to launch something else. And then they burn all of that money as well because they keep buying things that they think add to fulfillment in their life. And the truth is, Ferraris don't add to fulfillment. Fulfillment is something that's very esoteric. It's very, very interesting to find. And that's what I'm chasing down in my life. That's why I have a 1/4 acre permaculture orchard out this window that I love spending time in. That's why I have a camper van that is 4-wheel drive. It's an absolute beast. It can take me so far off the grid because that's where I get fulfillment, and that's where I want to spend more of my time in doing those things. And I don't need to keep hustling on this algorithm. So if I were to continue to publish videos and do the videos that worked and build more of the products and recommend more products and grow, I could grow this. But from where I stand, right, like I've been as intelligent with my money as possible. Not every investment's smart, but I've saved a lot more than I spend, and I really don't spend, I don't put anything on credit, paid off all my credit, my consumer credit many years ago. I'm free. Like, I don't need the money. Like, I'm good to just live literally the rest of my life financially and be able to afford the lifestyle I want for the rest of my life with what I have at this point, especially when you calculate in the value of the brands that my wife and I have created. Now, there's some of you who are probably thinking, well, Miles, like, you are an expert. You brought a level of expertise to the game when you started. Very true. Which means if you're a hypnosis practitioner, you've been doing hypnosis for years and years, a tarot card reader, and you've been doing tarot for years and years, Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, whatever you've been doing, therapy, mental health, like knitting, quilting, it could be gaming, anything that you bring that level of experience to, I've shown through my actions way more so. Like I've shown all the steps as well, but I think the actions speak louder than the words I've said in my videos. Like I've shown beyond a shadow of a doubt that anyone through brute force effort can achieve escape velocity and create a massive income. Now, if I needed more money, I'd keep going. But at this point, I don't really need more money. Like I just need to do things that I enjoy. I need to give value in a way that works for me. And that's where this whole chasing the algorithm idea, like the YouTube algorithm requires me to do certain types of things in the titles, in the actual like topics of the videos, in the keywords I go. If I want to grow, if I want to put out videos that keep raising this channel, which would technically make me more money, I got to do certain things to get there. And I was willing to do those things before. And at this point, I'd much rather go work on my van, go work on my property. I got 20 acres here. It's a big timber forest parcel. I got firewood to split for fall coming. And I love doing those things, right? I'm going to get a UTV and I'm going to put snow tracks on it so we can go backcountry snowboarding off my own snow track, literally out of my house. I've built a snowboard run on my frickin' property. Like I love this stuff and I have enough to cover the lifestyle for all of this. So why would I continue to work for more when I don't need more? Okay, most people don't think about that. And this is this weird inflection point where people start to think more money is better. More money is better. And I'll tell you a little secret that I've learned through the years. Design the life that you want. Okay, get really clear. I have a video called The Perfect Day Exercise. If you've never been through it, I highly recommend it. And like write out what you want. Like, what do you want your life to be? Because I guarantee you, it's not sitting at a computer grinding it out 12 hours a day. Straight up. Like, very few people want that. I've done that. I've been doing 12, 14 hours a day. People are like, oh, I don't know if you'd be effective. I'm effective as fuck, right? Like, I am seriously, I've been such a hard worker for the last 5, 10, 15 years. I'm pretty much moving into semi-retirement at this point in time. Now, what does that mean for my channel? Okay. Because I don't need more money, right? If I add another $1 million per year to my bottom line, like I already have my dream property. Like I don't want another property. Like I can travel anywhere I want at any time. Like the UTV thing with the snow cat tracks and all the bits and pieces, it's gonna be like 30 grand with a trailer and everything. Like, okay, let's go pay cash. Like I've got that. So I want more fulfillment in my life. Fulfillment comes from continuing to deliver value. So I want you to know that I am going to continue to deliver value. I really want to come up with a way to start to buy more ad space on YouTube, which means devising a series of products and offers that can tie into some funnels that can be really valuable and positive and teach the right way. So I can start to buy up ad space that the greedy gurus and the fake gurus are buying. Because I've bought a lot of the products that show up here on YouTube ads just to see what's in them, and they're freaking scams. Like they are terrible. Okay. So I'd love to outcompete them at the game that they're playing, because that's where a lot of the attention is. So that's one side. Number two is like, I love video. I love making videos. I love sharing ideas when they're the types of ideas that really interest me. So that perfect day exercise idea I mentioned, that perfect day video, this concept of like lifestyle design, like map out the life you want. Get really specific. Go house shopping on Zillow. Find out what you actually want within reason. Like really, like I don't need or want a mega mansion in Malibu. And if you think you want a mega mansion in Malibu, go rent a place in Malibu for a week and go to the local grocery store, and you're gonna be around and be like, these people are freaking weird. Like this place is weird, right? Like I love living in the sticks in a non-trendy location because I can get amazing value for my money, and I can get peace and quiet in 20 acres, and I got a lake, I got all the things that I want. And then I mapped it out and then went shopping for it. And I was like, man, it only costs that much. Like that's cheap. Like that's cheaper than my place I was living in Sedona. That was way more expensive than that. And I didn't even really like the lifestyle that gave me because it was a bunch of tourists and busy. So I mapped out the lifestyle I want. I went shop. I figured out how much it costs. Cool. Saved up for it. Doing all the work, right? As I achieved escape velocity, save, and 80, 90% of my income saved, right? When it's time to write a down payment, I write the down payment. When I want something, I buy something. I get the thing that I want. I don't look at the price. That's the thing I want, therefore I get it. Wifey just got a new iMac, and I decked it out as like the baddest machine ever. The price tag was huge. It was more than like my first 3 cars combined for a computer. And it was like, but that's the right one. 64 gigs of RAM. Like I can't give her less than 64 gigs of RAM. Like, come on. Like what kind of husband would I be, right? I want you to get here. I really do. All this talk, like, Miles, what's it like? I want you to get here to the point where you are living the lifestyle you want to live. You can afford the lifestyle you want to live with maybe a few hours of work per week. And I believe stepping into the role of the creator, of delivering value to an audience, to really holding yourself to a higher standard than everyone else in your space, to deliver more value and to show up more regularly, worked for me, right? I ain't charging you, and you can actually watch me do what I teach as I'm teaching it, and you can see the congruency between my actions and the words that I'm speaking. All the fake gurus, they're doing one thing and they're saying another thing. You're just going to see it over and over, right? They're selling you this over here on their multi-$1,000 course, but they're actually doing something very different. And they ain't going to sell you what's working. They're going to sell you what used to work, because they can't sell you what worked, or they can't keep affording more Lambos, more Rolls Royces, more things that they're trying to shove into that hole of emptiness inside of them to hopefully feel fulfillment at some point in time. But they just don't get that fulfillment is not from things. It's a state of being. It's living where you want to live. It's having complete freedom of your time. It's being able to spend 90% of the time with your family, unless you don't want to. It's being able to have a race car and race all the time, or a virtual race car if you want a 6 degree of motion virtual race car, which I have, that I race all the time, and it's absolutely a freaking blast. And it was like $13,000 for the whole setup with the computer. I don't care. Like, I just got it because that's what I want. It's awesome. Okay. I want you to get there. You got to map out what you want, and then you got to build a business that can support that. Right? And then it's going to take 3 to 5 years of intense work. Now, we haven't talked about one segment, and these are the folks that don't bring a bunch of expertise to the table. So along this journey, and we're getting to the free course here in a second as well, because this is where it ties in. So along this really long journey that I've done, where I teach everything I know for free, right? Along this journey, I started a case study website that was an affiliate marketing case study website from scratch. I literally went to a website and I bought a website. Went to a website to buy a website. So I bought a website from a vendor who set some, I think it had like 6 pages of content, and a little ebook and a domain, essentially. I did that because I didn't want to choose a niche off my head. I wanted to go choose a niche from a random list, to be really honest with, can anyone build a niche site on a niche that they're not an expert in? And then I hired someone who had never built a successful business before to actually build that. And I paid him and forced him to break through what he didn't even think was possible for himself. And that website today is generating $3,700 a month cash flow, and I put in less than an hour per week on that. So I started again from zero to show that anyone could build an affiliate marketing site. Now, I just finished a new course, and it's called the Affiliate Marketing Crash Course. The link will be in the description below. If you're not in motion, if you have not started, or if you've started an affiliate site and you're not getting traffic yet, and you're feeling a little disheartened, or you're feeling like it's a long journey, well, it is. Do the work anyways, because time goes by and you got to do something to make money anyways. I want you to go get the new Affiliate Marketing Crash Course. It's at milesbeckler.com/free-affiliate-course. I know it's a terrible URL. It will be in the description. Click on that, go get it. Now, if you are an expert, if you are selling courses, if you're running funnels, don't get it. It's going to distract you. You don't need that. And as I've proven, so the affiliate site is making about $3,700 per month with zero effort from me now at this point in time. The Miles Beckler brand, bringing this expertise from a celebrity authority type angle here on YouTube, is making like 50 grand a month plus. Okay. So like, clearly being an expert and delivering expertise to a large audience is way more valuable than just a new person starting out affiliate marketing. But of course, I've been making money online since 2003. I bring a lot of skills. I had 7 years of failure before I went full-time. It took me 7 years to go full-time online. So when I teach, it comes from all those 7 years of doing it wrong, and then the 6 years of doing it right, and then the 3-4 years of doing it in public. And total, I'm teaching you from a viewpoint of someone who's made multiple millions of dollars online and makes millions per year. Okay. So that's the expertise I'm bringing. Of course, bringing that level of expertise is going to bring more value than helping someone choose the best artist tablets, for example, right? Which I love these things. I think they're great. Or someone who's starting out in the ergonomic space, and they're going to teach like all of the best ergonomic devices in order for people to not have carpal tunnel or something, right? If you're starting out in the affiliate marketing path, you do start with potentially a lower threshold of income potential, but here's the thing. You're becoming an expert as you go. So as you teach about the ergonomic mice and the ergonomic input devices and the ergonomic desks and all those ergonomic things that you're new, because you're an affiliate marketer, you're going in this space new, you're becoming the expert. And once your affiliate site is cranking, you're like, man, I could probably build a course around this, that, the other. I could probably build a product around this, that, the other. And the path continues to appear. So the affiliate starting point is just that. It's a starting point on a much longer path that ultimately leads you to doing the celebrity authority type content, because as you write all those posts over 3 to 5 years, you become the expert on all things ergonomics or all things money management or all things knitting or sewing or sim racing or whatever that is, gardening. It's irrelevant. Pet training, right? How to get your cat to stop meowing, whatever your thing is, it doesn't matter. So you start with the affiliate marketing approach. And then once you really get that cranking and firing, you read all the books, you read 5 books on any subject. You're like, you know more than 95% of the population. And you just do the work of publishing hundreds of answers that you know people are searching for. You have become the expert. And now you can do one of the transitions like I'm doing right now, and you could transition to the next phase of your business, okay? So if you haven't started, you have to start. There's the best analogy I have for this is that like, if you've ever done a puzzle, right? Like grandparents style puzzle, you know, box, and it shows the picture on the box and you pour it out, you got all these pieces and half of them are upside down. So many people right now, they are looking at the puzzle, they've poured all the pieces out, and they're looking on YouTube at the videos, and each video is a piece. And they're looking at all the pieces to the puzzle, and they're thinking, all right, once I see how all these puzzle pieces fit together, then I'll start. I will start my affiliate site someday. But first, I need to see how every single piece of this puzzle fits together. And that's not how our world works. It's not how success works. It's not how the game works. What you got to do is you got to be like, you know what? I think this edge piece here, right? You always start with the ones with the flat on them because they match up. They're easier to find. So, all right, this edge piece here seems to snap together with that edge piece there. That's launching your blog. That's buying your domain. That's committing to an audience. And then you're like, all right, well, these 2 pieces over here snap together. Okay, that's writing your first blog post. And then these pieces over here snap together. That's keyword research. And there's no way to actually know how all those pieces fit together of building a successful business online until you actually do it. And so it becomes this process of you just jump into the unknown. You just start. And then, as I've shown, 3 to 5 years of publishing every 2.6 days, right? This ain't 5 years of like, I'll put a couple hours a week in. Are you kidding me? Like, this is a business. You know that most businesses fail within 5 years. But on the other side of that, everything my wife and I touch turns into absolute fucking gold. Why? It's the amount of energy and the focused strategic effort we put in over sustained periods of time. Like, that's the secret. That's the magic. And now, if you're still watching, thank you. I appreciate you. I am doing this for you. Like, and now I get to relax. I get to chill. I'm planning, so I got this beast of a van. I'm going to do the Alcan Highway at some point. I'm planning the Alcan, which is a trip I've always wanted to do. I might drive this van. Another idea I have is I'm going to put my van on a container, a cargo container at a port. I'm going to send my van down to New Zealand. Then I'm going to fly down to New Zealand and meet my van there. It's 30 days ahead. I got to send the van and show up there when it's winter here and summer down there. And I'm going to get in my van. Now I'm going to spend 3 months, because that's what a visa would give me, touring around New Zealand again. For the 3rd time, because New Zealand's pretty freaking cool. And I'm just going to roam around New Zealand. Why? Because I have freedom. I have time freedom. I have the income to do it. Like, everything's paid for. Like, I'm good, right? Awesome. That's just the stuff I want to do. And I know that kind of crazy adventure, or the Alcan Highway, or driving it all the way to Patagonia, because there's a road, the Pan Am road, which I've walked on in Panama and actually in Costa Rica. I've been on the Pan Am, just traveling. Like, I could drive my van all the way to the bottom of South America. Yo hablo español. So, qué divertido, no? Like, that'd be amazing, right? I speak Spanish. It'd be fun, right? So, like, this is what I want to do with my time. And now I've built systems and mechanisms and brands and businesses that support that. So what am I going to be doing? Okay, what are the okay, this is evolution. So I'm not publishing once a week anymore. I'm absolutely going to publish for you. I might start new channels. I may have already started a new channel. I'm just saying. I'm going to keep doing interviews. I think the interview I did with Kyle recently, the Win the Home You Love guy, the mortgage guy, he's just crushing it. I think that was a really enlightening episode. If you haven't seen it, definitely check that video out because it shows third party. I've got another interview on the books with this girl, Neha. She's brilliant. She's a real good friend of mine. She's built a huge business in like the tutoring space. Super successful girl, our age, from Texas, just awesome person. So I'm already scheduling an interview with her. So I'm going to do more of that. And I'm just going to wait to see what inspiration strikes me with. Like, I'm going to teach that. And I'm going to teach it because I want to teach it because I think you need it. And I don't care if the algorithm picks it up or not. I don't care. The other things I'm going to do is more blogging, right? It's time for me, just as I broke down those limiting beliefs around being a creator, I'm a behind the scenes guy, I'm not a creator. That was where my mindset was when I first started my YouTube videos. And a lot of my YouTube videos, even in this one, I've said, I'm more of an orator than I am a writer. That's a thought, that's a belief. That is a limiting belief. And it's time for me to break that down. So I'm going to do more blogging, and the blogging will kind of stem from my emails. Right? So my email list is where I explore ideas. I send emails a few times a week. Generally, it's rarely every day at this point. It's usually like every other day, every third day. Sometimes I go every day, but I follow these threads of ideas, and it's some of the most valuable insights that you'll have because you're getting into my mind in a clearer, simpler format. So if you get on the affiliate marketing, the free affiliate course, that'll get you on the list. If you're like, dude, I don't want the free affiliate course, but I want your emails, just go to milesbeckler.com/emails, and that will redirect you over into an opt-in that just puts you on my email list, right? And you'll just start getting my emails as they come out because that's where I'll notify you when a new video is up because the YouTube algorithm isn't going to really give me much love because I'm not here working for YouTube because I make enough money that I don't need to work for YouTube. I ain't here to work for YouTube. YouTube's here to work for me, which is why I'm going to start to invest paid traffic and put together offers and funnels. I also went through a course on how to do courses, and I'm ready to bring these video skills, these narration skills, my ability to explain complex ideas simply that I've just mastered, right? Get 5 years, 700 videos has helped me master the skill of explaining things. Now I can put things together in a different way and craft offers that I can sell for 97, 47, 197, et cetera, et cetera. Why not do that? And then I can buy advertising and I can further boot the greedy gurus out of the ad space so they can't sell their $2,000 scammy course anymore. It all fits together in my head. I don't know how well that was received from your end. Be careful chasing vanity metrics, right? Like really, truly, you're building a business and your business is run on cash flow, right? You put energy and effort in and you get cash flow out. Now, too many people start to wonder where the cash flow is at month 6, at month 12, at month 18. Oh, where's my money at? If you need money back, go get a freaking job, right? I did customer support for years. I got yelled at on the phone. What skill was I building? How to communicate over the phone. But customer support, like $25 an hour, maybe $30 an hour, maybe, right? Like that, there's a ceiling to that. Take the same kind of explanation skill and apply it over here. Hundreds of thousands of dollars a month is potential. I just don't need that much money. Like that's a crazy amount of money. Like I'm good at this point in time. So be careful chasing vanity metrics. It triggers things in the brain. The Instagram likes, did people like this? The looking at like how your video did. There's a mental health side to the game we play that requires a strong mindset to understand, to observe, and to really kind of separate the important data points with the less important data points, okay? The number of subscribers, the number of views, the number of likes, the number of followers, all that stuff, completely irrelevant. I think how many people are on your list, right? How many people actually open your emails? That's actually an important metric. And then how many sales are you making? How much impact are you making on people? Because if you're not making any sales, that means you're not impacting people. You don't have the offers right. You don't have the copy right. You're not really connecting with them on the level they want. And guess what? 5 years of practice, making offers, creating content, trying to make helpful content for free that people engage with, right? I was able to make content here on this channel that got over 50,000 people to launch blogs, to launch funnels, to launch businesses. Wow. Okay. Now I'm ready to make a course because I proved freely that I could actually get people to take action. I'd already proved it for myself. My wife and I had a very successful business for many years, right? So now I proved it with myself, got it. Then I started to work with people freely, and I was working with people in person, all the whole nomading years, just bumping into random people, helping them with their business. I was like, cool, can I teach people at large to do this? Bingo, I can. Well, guess what? I got a pretty good process now. So now I can create courses. And this is the moment when every guru would go sell the method and make a $1,000 course on how to do affiliate marketing. I have no interest in that. Zero. I gave it away for free. It's all for free. Just go do it. I just want you to take action. And for some of you, you're like, oh, if I paid $1,000 for it, maybe then I'd take action. I don't think so. I think that's just the thing the gurus say. I think gurus often say, well, people only take action on what they invest in. Bullshit. Like that's literally something a narcissistic, greedy guru would say to convince themselves that they're doing the right thing, charging $2,500, $2,000 for a course when I've given away the same information for free. That's okay. They can do that if they want to, but the truth is you are going to take action because you want to build the life of your dreams. That's it. If you're willing to do the work to build the life of your dreams, get in, roll up the sleeves, and start. It's a 3 to 5 year plan. You've seen it in action here. I'm going to keep showing up for you. I do appreciate you more than you realize, to be perfectly honest. And I look forward to this next evolution of the channel, right? Like what kind of videos do I want to make? What's going to be fun again for me? Talking with other people, leveraging some of the relationships that I've got from some marketers that no one knows about. They're 5x, 10x smarter than the gurus advertising products. And getting them onto my channel and sharing their stories and sharing their ideas and insights is something that actually sounds fun for me. Putting on my mastermind events that I used to do, we're kind of getting to a point where I can start to think about running another mastermind event, which would be a lot of fun to do. So I'm still going to be around. I'm going to be emailing regularly. I'm going to be continuing to grow my business. I'm going to be blogging more. Just YouTube's going to take a little bit of a backseat from that. And I think if I could sum this all up in one sentence, because I got to figure a way out of this video at this point in time. I want you to honor the fact that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And that's the whole point here, right? So you can, through hard work, through strategic hard work, right? It's work harder, smarter. Yeah, do both of those. Work really, really smart and really, really hard. And if you execute relentlessly for, again, people underestimate what they can do in 3 to 5 years, 5 years. It's a 5-year plan. If you really relentlessly execute and you keep your positivity up and you stay focused on delivering more value than anyone else in your space, and you really just stay focused on creating. You don't consume content all day long. You create content all day long. Every waking moment you have that's free, you're on your phone rapping out an outline in Evernote that then you go when you're on your laptop, boom, right? So at work, on your breaks at work, you're getting those outlines dialed. So when you get home, now you got an outline to work with. You're not starting with a blank screen. You're learning how to use Jarvis to really kick up your output through AI automations, because that is absolutely taking over the world. That's a skill that in 5 years, like the ability to leverage and use like Jarvis, oh my gosh, that ability to leverage AI type skill, people could create courses on how to do that right now, right? The AI technology is so new, you could step up and be like, I'm going to be the most helpful person teaching the world about this thing. You can go create a huge channel that teaches everything you've learned about how to maximize the output and get great output from Jarvis, the AI. And then you could create a course on it. Oh my gosh, like there's a business, because it's all brand new. Like everybody just started using this tool within 6 months, because literally they just launched a freaking tool like 5 or 6 months ago, right? So it's all new. These opportunities are everywhere. So you choose the one that's going to keep your interest for 3 to 5 years. This is why I do think focusing on things that you enjoy, that you're curious about, makes really good sense. But I've proven that you can do it in a completely random niche if you so choose as well. Prove that with my affiliate marketing crash course. And then you just go create value like it's your job. And you really focus on, if I help enough people get what they want, I can have anything I want. So get really clear on what you want. What's that lifestyle? What kind of car do you want? Cool. How much is that car per month? What's insurance per month? Write it freaking down. Get to a number. What's that house that you want? Great. How much of a down payment do you need? What will your monthly be? PITI, right? Your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. How much is that going to be? Call up a mortgage broker. They'll tell you. Call up an insurance person. I'm thinking about getting the Mercedes SLK blah blah C359er. How much would insurance be for me on that? Oh, that'd be $700. Perfect. Cool. Write it down. How much is the food that you write it all down? How much? Okay, boom. My lifestyle costs $6,200 per month. Great. So if I build a business that can make $12,500 per month, I'm pretty much saving 50% of my money, and I'm covering the lifestyle of my dreams. Ta-da! You'll find that a couple of affiliate sites, one great brand as the celebrity authority, you're going to destroy those numbers. And then as long as you're lifestyle creep, as long as you don't keep having bigger appetites for fancier shit as you make more money, and you stash, invest, you're creating freedom, right? All those investments are time. You're buying time. I'm not even 40 yet, and I'm literally semi-retiring right here in public, right? I'm in my 30s, and I'm retiring from this game. And I'm just going to do what's fun from this point on. I bought back my 40s. I bought back my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, my 80s, my 90s. And if we were living to 120 by that point in time, 150, I bought back my 110s, my 120. I bought it all back. I put in 5 years of really hard work to buy the next 50 years of my life. I want you to do this. I don't know how else to communicate it other than attempting to be inspirational, motivational, authentic, honest. I've been as clear as I could be about how this works. It's tough. The first 6 months, it's tough. You feel like nothing's working. It's really difficult to keep going in the face of zeros, of 4 people watching your video. It's really fucking difficult. I get that, but it's worth it. And I'm living proof that it doesn't have to be this weird, greedy, hypey, blah, I'm a greedy guru. Give me your money. I'm so fucking greedy, blah, right? Like I need to flex on another Lambo. My old Lambo is not Lambo enough anymore. I need to out Lambo my Lambo. I need to out private jet the Cardones of the world, right? Like I need to get more Rolls Royces than the current, like, oh my God, this is just so weird. Figure out what your dream life is. Figure out how much it costs. Build systems to double that. Ta-da, you've won. And that's the secret to it all. I appreciate you. I'm gonna put something up at some point. It ain't gonna be Monday, tell you that much. Any questions you can get at me in the comments. Feel free to follow me on the other socials. I'm starting to post here and there on the IG a little bit and sharing a little bit more lifestyle stuff because I'm in the garden and I'm out in the van a lot more. I'm Miles Beckler everywhere, so you can follow me anywhere. I appreciate you. I really do. This all comes from the heart. I hope somehow this has been inspirational and helpful. I always run the risk of sounding like an asshole, and that's never my intention. But I think that just having a steady voice of reason that can dissect the actions that I've been taking, that can show you the layers of the game that I've been playing in an effort to help you understand that that's what you can do if you so choose as well. Yes, it's a lot of work. Yes, it's stepping out in the unknown, but you have to start. You have to jump out in the unknown. Everything makes sense when you look backwards. Right? Like I can look back at my successes and my failures now. I get it. I understand exactly why everything worked and why it didn't. Before taking those actions, I had no clue. I just had to do the best thing I could. And if you don't have an idea, get the affiliate marketing crash course, launch your site in 24 hours. Go for it. You can launch your site in 24 hours. Then it's up. Cool. Then what do? Make another keyword focused post. That's it. Make another keyword focused post. If you're like, Miles, I don't want to do affiliate marketing. I want to build email lists and sell courses. Great. Create helpful content like it's your job, and then create really powerful courses for people that you can market and focus on copywriting. And you'll be amazed at what you can create with those two things. There's two paths, and eventually they both converge into one. Eventually you'll have kind of what I've got, which is lots of courses coming out, lots of affiliate sales coming out. And that's really where you're going to. That's the multiple streams of income. And that's how you kind of create a diverse income stream and a diverse business off of one brand. And that's really what you want to do, is focus all in on one brand, get that brand to escape velocity. It's going to take 5 years. I think the magic hits at 10-year mark. The amount of income based on the effort that we're spending on my wife's business, which has been around for over 10 years, it really shifted at like year 9, year 10. So the Miles Beckler brand is going to get there, right? It'll be 10 years old in 5 years from now. The things I'm going to do are going to be different. I'm not going to stay nostalgic about the fact that YouTube got me to this point. I honor that. I appreciate that. But like, YouTube can rug pull people. Like, I don't trust YouTube at all. I don't trust YouTube at all. I'm grateful for it. I don't trust it. What they allow in their spam comment section is crazy. So sometimes we got to like play in those ecosystems long enough to get what we need from a branding and a business perspective out of it. But then we got to be able to make the shifts, the important shifts, to the next level of the business. And that's what I did here. And we did the same thing with my wife's brand. Blogging nonstop for 5-6 years, build the email list, build the brand. And now she's doing a lot of different stuff. She blogs every once in a while, but we're not nostalgic about what got her brand to $1 million brand. I'm not nostalgic about what got my brand to $1 million brand. I'm looking to the future, and the future is about lifestyle balance. And I've paid my dues. If you haven't paid your dues, guess what I'm going to write on your prescription? That's to go pay your dues. It's time. probably have said thank you like 9 times, but I do thank you. I appreciate you. And I am going to call it at this point 43-minute ramble. Wow, how fun was that? So thanks for joining me on this. If you know when you found my videos, how long you've been watching my videos, I'd love to know in the comments. And if you made it to the end, that would let me know that you did make it to the end. If it's been 3 months, 1 year, 5 year, if you're one of the old school heads, I love hearing that. I appreciate you, and catch you on the next video, whenever that might be. Till then, be well.